Terry-Dwayne-Ashford. I'm back here with our headline number 4. We selected a newspaper out of the South for this one, and one of the reasons why we feel it's important not always go up. Sometimes you need to go down south, and look at what's going on down there. It's all very important. And we selected the Birmingham News out of Birmingham, Alabama, to discuss their headlines and what's going on down there. What are they thinking about down there? Now, what we did realize is that a tornado recently hit down there, and it taught a few lessons down there. And one of the critical verbiage, some of the critical verbiage that came out of that is that how critical it is to have more than one means and one way to know what and when something is coming your way. And that came from a weather expert at EMA. This particular story was written by a writer named Lee Morgan. And it appears that the tornado was labeled the EF3 tornado, and it hit northern Jefferson County on Monday night. But it didn't come without warning. They said that the Storm Predictions Center had issued a tornado watch several hours before the storm roared across the city of Fultondale and Centerpoint. And but they learned from that, and that to have more than one way of identifying what's coming your way. It's very interesting. That's from the Birmingham News out of Birmingham, Alabama. Front page stories on January the 29th, brought to you by StreetNOW News, our headline section, looking around the world, looking around the nation, seeing what you're thinking about, what you're doing, what your mentality is when you make decisions, even about us. What are you thinking? What's helping you make those decisions? Another top page story on the Birmingham News page here. It's called the Birmingham News. It's a top newspaper in Birmingham, Alabama. There's a new virus sufferer, and guess who it is? No one ever thought of it. The funeral home. Front page story indicates that deaths are piling up, putting stress on morticians and their staffs. And very, very interesting angle of the story, isn't it? Of coronavirus. You hear us talking about the deaths and loss of lives. But have you ever thought about those people who have to take care of the loss of lives? Those are the morticians. And on the front page of the Birmingham News, they're mentioning that morticians are becoming stressed over the number of deaths and the frequency of deaths. Also, one of the last stories I'm going to mention from the Birmingham News is that story that says COVID-19 variant has arrived in Alabama. And here's what you need to know to protect yourself. A newly highly transmissible form of COVID has been reported in Alabama for the first time. The Alabama Department of Public Health have said that the B.1.1.7 variant has been identified in 2 county residents. So interesting. Now, Vibrant is an iteration of the virus that you know about. It's like you have a cold and then you have the flu. They both come from the same virus, but one is more severe than the other one. Different, but one and the same. That's going to be our news on our topic number 4 for this evening with StreetNOW News. And this particular newspaper that we're highlighting is the Birmingham News out of Birmingham, Alabama. You're getting your news from StreetNOW News. Terry-Dwayne-Ashford. We picked that Birmingham, Alabama newspaper because we needed to go down south and see what was going on down south too. It's so very important you You understand how people are thinking, and that is exactly what we here at StreetNOW News is trying to do for you. Give you some way of thinking. I'm him in the car. See that guy? All for you. I'm him, because you made me. In the car seat, that guy, terry-dwayne-ashford. StreetNOW News, no other name other than terry-dwayne-ashford. And also, you're in the car seat, that car. StreetNOW News with in the car seat, that guy, terry-dwayne-ashford.